So whether you're teaching me or I'm teaching you, same difference. We're learning from each other.
Beautiful that you point that out. Yes, that's exactly true. The only thing that I would like to add there is why I pointed out I want to have time for it was I did not want to have a 40-50 hour work week that I need the time to calm down from the stress that I had before in order to just get back to the baseline without having the time to actually reflect on things, meditate, or get back to my center. I think that's what I meant with the time for self-development. Yeah.
Yes. Well put. And if I could summarize it, our different things that we've shared in the last 3 or 4 minutes is very often people will, I use meditation as an example, they'll only meditate, but throughout their day, no mindfulness at all. Other people will say, oh, I just practice mindfulness all day, but they have no meditation. But it's the synthesis of at 7 a.m., I do intention is very strong to be very, very concentrated. And then that resonates throughout the day as a relatively mindful day. And then at night, let's say 9 o'clock, I sit down and I set my intention. I'm going to meditate again for whatever amount of time, doesn't matter, half an hour, let's call it that. We set the intention. So there, and I'm glad you brought that up too. There is a definite time, which is dedicated time, which will resonate throughout the day.
Yeah.
Something that's come up, and I want to come back to intention because you've brought me back to it 1 or 2 occasions already.
Yeah.
And so it's taken this much time for me to set the intention to talk about intention. As I'm pretty sure the first thing is you have to truly know yourself, which no teacher can tell you who you are. You can only know who you are. And we do this through reflective practices, meditation or mindfulness practice. I think people who do yoga will say, oh yeah, yoga also, or some of the other Oriental arts, such as Tai Chi or Qigong.
I would also like to add journaling actually to it. I most of the time suggest people start journaling to figure out what your mind is doing out there, because when you have it on paper, you're like, oh wait, I'm thinking this all the time. Oh, yesterday I thought the same things. Fuck, what's happening?
Wonderful. And journaling of dreams also.
Yeah.
Journaling of dreams. I'm glad you brought that up. Only recently, I have a new student coming in July, and I'm thinking one of the first things I'll suggest is get a journal, and let's start our journey. And maybe later today, I'll have a talk with this student and say, hey, get a journal. So my meditation was like this. Come to think of it, I've been journaling for like 40 years. I just never called it journaling.
Yeah,
that's a relatively new term. Back in the 70s, I started writing stuff out as a teenager.
Exactly.
Journaling was not a word. It's relatively new that we hear it, but you're right, it's very powerful, and it's self-reflective, whether it's our dreams or our awake state, or our behaviors, our success, our failures, our eating patterns.
Yeah.
So knowing yourself. And once you know yourself, to whichever level, and it goes deeper and deeper and deeper, deeper than we may even know, until maybe we touched on it, till we get that silence where there is no narrator up here saying, but you should join the course, but you should go to Moscow for that special convention, but you should say, oh, I've been to Tokyo, all that shit. You get to the silence, there's no narrator. There's no narrator. Editor is the second word. No narrator, no editor, no videographer, no programmer. It's just that silent stuff, which is the true, I'm saying, is the true self. So you need to know it, and you have to be true to it. If I know that it's wrong to drink alcohol because it upsets my spiritual path, there's nothing wrong with alcohol by itself, unless it's upsetting your physical health, then you need to stop. If it's upsetting your relationships or your psychological, spiritual health, then you need to stop. So once you know that, you have to be true to that truth, true to yourself. And this happens with people with careers. And a lot of my students are probably your age, like probably 25 to 45.
Mm-hmm.
So the career is a big thing.
Yeah.
If your career is not true to you, okay, making money, well, let's not even talk about that. You need to make money, no doubt. But if you are not true to your career, you're not going to be very successful. And if your career is not true to you, you're not going to be very fulfilled. You're not going to get to your essence. You're not going to reach your intentions because you're not being true. So that's silence. And let's summarize for a moment. How do we get to the silence? Meditation, exercise, especially cardio, time with nature, time with animals, eating a plant-based diet, practicing either Reiki or yoga or Tai Chi or Qigong or some other art of those forms. I've forgotten many, and I know any of those forms will help you focus. Journaling your dreams, reflecting, being true to all of those things, being true to yourself, being true to your neighbors, to your friends, to your students and your teachers. And at the end of the day, true to the universe, or true to God, or true to spirit, or true to the energy, or true to the prana. There's so many different words we can use. Be true to all of that. However each person in the audience may conceptualize it, I'm open to all of those conceptualizations. Be true to yourself, and you are therefore true to the universe. Be true to yourself, you are being true to God. Be true to your own life, be true to the lives of all living beings. And then your intentions are empowered by truth.
Just let that sit for a moment. I think that was so powerful, the way you expressed it, the way you very clearly stated it. I think that was very, very nice. And I was already thinking that is a great, great ending. If you just like, that is sort of the essence of what you said of beforehand with Reiki, like the life force energy. You need to use it for yourself, and it's just you in a way. And in order for you to understand it, to use it, to understand how it's in the outer world, you need to go inside, notice it within you, notice how you reflect it outwards. And that was a beautiful summary I felt from everything that we talked before.